Here we go again with yet another disastrous purchase. Not a cheap item. It retails between £280 and £500 in the UK. Also on sale in America. It's a barbecue grill gazebo made by Innovators International and sold under the labels of Innovators Memphis and ABBA. And we bought it because we thought a solid roof would be a good idea for an all year round shelter for barbecuing and as a smoking shelter for our bed and breakfast. But as you can see, we have issues with the roof panels. These have been in place since we had it. We got onto the retailer because there were gaps in the roof. 5 months later, those gaps have opened up quite substantially and the roof panels have started to pop out at the sides now. As you can see, this panel here has opened up to about 1 inch now because the overlap on the steel sheets isn't enough to grip together. So they just pull apart and then the roof warps. This is opened up now to about a 1 inch gap. This is the same gap from underneath the roof, and as you can see, both panels are coming away at either side. And the problem is that this central support really isn't enough to support such flimsy metal. It really could do with one each side or even three, because it's just not up to it. The metal is too thin on the roof and the overlap isn't big enough. So these were the gaps that we had originally in almost every join, but it's got worse now. So risking life and limb now, I can show you the top of the roof where this panel has actually come right out at the sides because it's completely warped away from the one overlapping it. And at the moment we actually can't come up with any kind of idea to fix it, except perhaps to put a solid sheet of perspex or something across the roof. From this angle as well, you can see another of the gaps that's opened up in another panel, and it really is not good enough. According to the manufacturers, of course, we put it up wrong, even though we did it according to the instructions completely. It should be a nice item, and we covered it from sort of blowing away in the wind. We put the feet into planters, an idea copied from my neighbour, so it should have been a good solid shelter that would last for years, and instead of that we've ended up with a bit of a colander. Another issue with this is, again, for the money it should be a better finish. The powder coating on it is so thin that even after a couple of coffee mugs have been slid around on it, this is how it ends up, and it's already looking like it's starting to rust. So really, all in all, I can't recommend it, and I would really look for something a lot better and possibly even cheaper, because this is very overpriced for what you get. There was one slightly comical element to all of this, so because having put it up completely according to their instructions, their own label has ended up on the leg upside down.